Good day, everybody. Welcome to today's video. This is Jerry from BackCountry Ranching, and we need to get the TJ finished. I need to get two last things to do. I need to put the sway bar links on. I need to put the steering stabilizer on. Put the tires back on so we can start doing some test driving. Also need to look at getting new tires. Might even look at getting rims and tires, depending if I can get a pretty good deal. This is my first time out in the garage in I guess a month. I'm not gonna lie, when Tomcat passed away, I took it extremely hard, and my heart just wasn't in it to come outside to the garage and try to get some stuff done. But I need to move forward now and need to get working on the Jeep to finish this off, because I got a lot of projects I need to take care of before winter. So let's start with this first, the Rough Country 1142 disconnect sway bar links 4 to 6 inch Jeep Wrangler that I picked up. Let's have a look in the box for all the parts. Instructions. Oh yeah, Kara, trust me, if things are missing in the box, you're gonna hear about it. So you can kind of see how that goes. So this piece here is gonna go on the inside. It's a little tight because I used POR 15 and some other things. So I'm gonna use the die grinder here. Clean out the rust a little bit. And then this should, yeah, that'll be in there good now. Attach that on there, put that on. There we go. Probably would help if I put the jam nuts on first. Operator error right there. Oh, it's tight. Just put a little bit of oil on the threads, and that's making it go in way easier now. Let's see what my measurements are. I gotta go in way further yet. I think I'm pretty close right like that. So these are a locking nut. If you feel that they're going on tight, there's a place for your wrench behind, and they're gonna go on the outside. So when you fold it in, it's gonna go across like that, and we're almost done. So as you can see, this bracket utilizes where these are going to hang, and these are adjustable, of course, so there's a couple settings that you can go with. So I'm going to go ahead and set that up. I already had these out. Those are Torx. But if you never had those out and you live in the Rust Belt, my oh my, you're going to curse and swear, probably break them off, and you're probably not going to get them out. So these evil Torx screws are T27. Butterfingers. Dropping everything. One side is in, it's looking really good. That's similar to the same style of sway bar link that's on my JK. Got the bar on the side. There we are. Another project checked off the TJ. Steering stabilizer, and I can get ready. I'm not going to put the tires on yet because I'm going to go to Innovation Auto Works tomorrow when they open up and look at new tires and rims. If I have to use the 15-inch again, I will. If not, I'd like to get new tires and rims if there's a good enough special. But right now, the sun's out, so I want to check on my solar. I've had the EcoFlow River out, look at that. 100% charged. Using my 300 watt solar panel. Alright, the next project I might learn to regret, and this is the Rough Country dual stabilizer kit. It's 87308. And when I got it and I opened it up, this welding is kind of like not something that I would put out for production. That's for sure. Like, I don't know, is that supposed to be in there kind of crooked? Gonna find out. Upon closer inspection of the Rough Country dual steering stabilizer, I'm gonna scrap that because, well, let's just have a look. There's numerous reasons. First off, I've had this too long to send it back to Amazon. So, one of the first reasons is this thing's pretty janky. This piece is supposed to fit inside here, and it doesn't even come close to fitting. I'd have to start welding, modifying it, and if you start looking closely at this, the powder coating, the finish is just crap. The welding is crap in my opinion. Look at that, it's already chipped or rusted, and this is brand new right out of the box. And like I said before, I don't know if that piece is supposed to be straight or an angle. I don't know, because this piece needs to go inside where your factory shock would sit, and then you drill a hole which goes in this bolt here, and then the shocks bolt on both sides of this. Yeah, I'm going to scrap this. The only thing that's worth anything is the shocks. I thought about just using the shock, but one little small tube like that probably isn't good enough. So I ordered a new one of that, and it should be here in a couple days. So when it shows up, I'm going to install it, because also I'd have to try to make this work with the Rugged Ridge kit, which utilizes a bracket, which includes more of a headache. But if this was, in my opinion, a little better quality, instead of looking like somebody from McDonald's put on a welding helmet and got a job as a welder, I would probably do it. But I'm just going to, maybe I'll post it on a Jeep page or something, see if I could sell it. Parts from Amazon just came in, and they came in early today, right around noon, so I can get this stabilizer shock put on the Jeep, put tires back on it, take it out for a rip, because next week hopefully I'm picking up my new tires and rims I bought for the TJ, and had to run some quick errands today, picked up some extra metal because I need to build a skid pan that covers the oil pan on the bottom of this Jeep, so it's going to be another project that's going to be in the works. But let's get this together. I also picked up an antenna. I need to pick up an antenna. So since forever, this is how I've been rolling. And, you know, I zip tied it to the side here because I got tired of it rattling and making noise. But I just got a stubby antenna. I'm just going to screw this big one out and put this Rugged Ridge one in that I picked up, the stubby. And then I won't have to worry about it ever again. It's a beautiful sunny day, and I'm taking advantage of it, using a 28 watt solar panel to charge my phone. Huge fan of anything solar. Someday I'll have an electric vehicle, They just need to increase the range a little bit. Let's have a look at this, get this finished. This is the steering stabilizer right here. Typically you would use this hardware. However, since I have the rugged ridge steering and this is the steering setup right here, I'm pretty sure we're going to disregard this and just use this for the shock setup. Struggle is real to get this over top of the shock. Come on. I'm on. Sometimes when you're close, you just need to get a pin bar in there and get that bolt through. And then what I like to do, if you can get it started, sometimes you can get lucky. And like I did right there, spun it through. So I just put it on the back side, like that. And then I can tighten that up. Butterfingers. So not full extension. Put this back side in. The opposite way. So right now I'm just feeling, yeah, I got lots of room, so I can rotate it the other way, find out where the boot's gonna sit, put a zip tie on it, and lock it down. All finished, finally. Now I can go about putting the tires back on and take it out for a test spin. I should put the battery charger on it since it's been sitting for a while. Alright. This project took a lot longer than I had originally anticipated. The negative battery was disconnected, or negative post, so it should be. AGM. Ooh, it says the battery's almost dead from sitting with no voltage on it. What the heck? I'll put some juice back in her. That's the first time the Jeep has sat on its own wheels in a long time. Let's come over here. One last project. I'm going to pull it out of the garage. I can only get it to charge on 2 amps. If I put a higher voltage on, oh, actually maybe it will start taking a charge now. Never mind, stand corrected. Usually it would start flashing. Maybe I go for the full 15 amps now. Wouldn't take the full charge at first. Anyways, we're going. So let's put this. It's called me a liar now. Let's get this antenna on. I'm just threading that in like that. Probably should put some Loctite. I'm just gonna thread that in. Got the new antenna on. Doesn't really fit perfectly at the bottom, but I'll deal with that instead of listening to it rattle off the light. This thing hasn't been started in a few months. Wonder how easy it'll start. Make sure that it's in park because it can start in gear. Fired up. First time in a long time. Fuel pressure had burnt out. Let's start it up again. There we go. It actually felt really good. I need to sweep the garage out. Oh, the size of that spider. I'm not going to kill him though, I'm just going to sweep him outside. I'm going to take this thing for a rip, see how it feels. Alright, that felt really good. Get this out for a rip. Hopefully next video or two I'll have my new tires and rims that I put down a deposit, and they should be here next week, but who knows what that timeline will be in video land. Anyways, I think it's time for motherfucking beer time. It's like 31 degrees out there. We're gonna smash some grasshopper. That was another project well done. Finished that off. Too bad the Rough Country steering stabilizer, in my opinion, was a dog's breakfast, and I had to go out and buy another one. Anyways, motherfucking beer time. Big Rock Brewery, local in Calgary. Grasshopper. This is actually a really good beer, and it's like 31 degrees today. Cheers, everybody. Cold beer tastes good. There's still a few small pilly projects, but one of the big things I need to work on is the skid plate for the engine oil pan, and I can feel pretty confident taking it wheeling because that oil pan is pretty thin aluminum. But yeah, it felt solid. It felt solid when I was driving. Everything was so stiff, so I feel pretty good about that. I'm probably going to take it out for another rip tonight when it gets cooler, but I want to thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions or comments, post them below. Otherwise, I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers, motherfucking beer time. Oh, so good on a hot day.